Okay, so next I'd like to bring up someone who is very important to us today and going to be super important to us in about a half hour, and that's the lady who's prepared all of our lunch, and that's Alyson Zildjian, and she's our caterer, and she's going to tell us about greening events and eco-product solutions. So come on up, Alyson.
Good morning. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you, Sarah, for inviting me and the IFAS Extension Office. Yes, this is my third year catering this workshop. So thank you for having me, and I hope you enjoyed the food. I wanted to just tell you a little bit about Zildjian Catering, how I got here to be a green business partner. I moved here in 2006 and started Zildjian Catering in 2009. I've always been very environmental friendly and obviously have a passion for food. So I started researching a little bit where I can get more information about what's going on in the Sarasota County and found Slow Food. So I joined Slow Food Sarasota, Manatee, and then became a board member in 2012. And it really opened my eyes to, okay. I guess that's better. It really opened my eyes to what I can do and what we're doing when we do events. Obviously, we do all kinds of events all over. And it just got me started thinking about buying eco products. So in 2013, that's when I started researching what's available, what can I bring into our business to make us more green, and then really put into practice the green business practices of composting, all the things that are important to make me a green business. And then finally in 2016, I achieved that green business status with Randy. Thank you so much. And then in 2017, we launched Peak Performance Catering, where we work with athletes to come down and train and compete here, and we use a lot of paper goods for them. So it was really important for us to be eco and make sure that we use the eco-friendly products. And then in 2018, I worked with the Science Environmental Council, and then they invited me to be on the Green Events Committee so that I could really make an impact and just help get the word out. How do you move? Is it the arrow? Oh, there we go. All right, so green business practices, doing green business events. What can we do? What do we do? Obviously, we buy the eco products that you see that are working today for your lunch, for the breakfast. Everything's compostable. I work with Randy. I worked with Jennifer Schaefer at the Science Environmental Council to make sure that we're using the right products. We buy local. Today, you're eating food from Aloe Organics, Bloomenberry Farm, the Easter seals over at the Green Path Vets. That was the papaya this morning. We use the Florida House, Greens on the Grow, Mix and Farm, and those are just some of my favorites that are available. And then obviously we compost in the kitchen. We do recycling. We try to use real dishes. Not buying bottles, filtered water. We just use glass and coffee cups. And all of this is very easy for green events. This is very simple. One of the things to make our events more green is to working with those people who are doing the events, putting on the events, working with the organizations to help them see how easy it is to do these simple tasks. And also for us, it's educating our clients. We're so mindful, we're more mindful now in the kitchen about not using so much plastic, reusing containers, and we kind of spill that over to educating our clients, and they are very receptive to it. They're very happy about that. I thought it would be pretty cool just to show you all the comparisons that I did. So there's a misconception that eco products probably aren't as good, or they cost more money, they're not as heavy duty, but as you can see here, they really don't cost too much more. And actually some of the polystyrene costs more. And obviously we know what that does to our landfill. So I just thought this would be an interesting slide just to give you a lowdown to see how that all works. So what are the things that we can do, the trends? What are some of our solutions to making more eco-friendly events, which is why I'm here. first of all, obviously education, awareness, determination. I found that once we educate people, once I educate my clients, we educate event planners on what they're doing and how to get the resources to create more green events, that also creates the awareness. Just like me, I had to educate myself to become more aware of what we were doing. And I feel like, especially in the food and beverage industry, there's so many events that we really need to hold people accountable. We need to really look at not just the hotels and restaurants that are putting on events, but other people. And so possibly getting the decision makers involved and giving more transparency, having people in those companies say, hey, this is what we want to do, and really, like I said, just having that determination. So by educating people, obviously we know that makes them more aware and then creates that determination, like, yes, how can we do this? Let's get involved. Let's talk to the IFAS Extension Office. Let's talk to Randy. Can he bring composting bins to the events? And I just think that we need to get that word out in order to make them successful. So I know I'm almost running out of time. I could talk a lot about this, and I tried to kind of really just put it down into more just simple terms of, just really creating the motivation. I know I'm speaking to the choir out here. You guys are here because this is what you're interested in, and I'm like thrilled to be able to provide that food and to be involved in this event, and that's why I decided to be on the work with the Science Environmental Council, because I just think that bringing awareness, and also I think companies also need to see the benefit, of being green. I think it's going to bring them more money because, perhaps people think it's like the trend. Well, if it's a trend, then that's great. Let's make it trendy to be green. I'm all for that. And just talk about the benefits of adopting the sustainable practices. Obviously, there's a lot of benefits to our environment, to the economy, and obviously lessen the landfills. So that's just a little bit about what I have to say. I really appreciate being here, and I hope you enjoy your lunch. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.